And you're welcome back. Time for business. And Emmanuel Boajiriafe joins me in the studio. Hello, Emmanuel.
Hello, Alva.
Always good to see you.
Thank you.
What do you make of the raging controversy between Dr. Bawumia and the minority over this bond issue?
Well, it's quite interesting, but I think that at a point there should be a cutoff. I mean, whether we did it the right way or whether what we are going for is good. There should be a cutoff somewhere along the line. Because
is there any merit in what the minority is saying? Is there any merit at all?
Well, to me, I think they just want to follow procedures. They want to ensure that due procedures were followed in Parliament before the bond was issued. But,
and I'm sure this controversy will continue. But what's in business for tonight?
In business tonight, you know, the majority, I mean, the Vice President is still assuring that despite the non-deal roadshow that is currently going on in the U.S., government does not want to issue any more Eurobonds for this year.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Before then, Car Rental Association of Ghana, CRAG, is calling on government to grant them tax exemptions on vehicles imported into the country as a way of supporting their operations. Leadership of the association thinks the contribution of the sector to the tourism sector is very huge and must be supported to stay in business. There's more in this report.
The Car Rentals Association of Ghana is a certified body registered under the Ghana Tourist Board as a stakeholder in tourism promotion in Ghana. At its first stakeholders meeting in Accra under the theme Driving Tourism in Ghana Through Car Rental, operators of the sector said they have a key role to play in the nation's economy. Outlining some challenges facing car rental agencies in the country, President of CRAG, Seth Yeboah Okran, noted the cost of doing business is very high, necessitating some financial support from government.
I'm going to follow up with that. I think that, like the theme for this morning, driving tourism in Ghana through car rentals, and tourism permeates every sector of our economy. And if you look at the statistics, tourism still is the fourth contributor to our GDP, national GDP. And if the car rental companies, we drive tourism, then we have a significant role to play within that sector. And I believe if you look at globally, Ghana is a very expensive destination. We have wonderful thing here. Ghana is the center of the world, and we can promote all this. But if you compare coming to Ghana and going to Dubai or Kenya or South Africa, it is so expensive. So the whole idea is how to bring stakeholders together, and like the insurance companies, the fuel companies, the banks, the car dealers, in order to reduce the cost of doing business as far as car rental is concerned. So the net effect will be the customer.
On his part, President of the Ghana Tourism Federation, David Nana Enyim, said if government is giving the private sector some reliefs, car rental agencies must not be left out.
This is a time the government has to look up to the car rental operations in this country. Tax exemption, yes, why should others enjoy tax exemption when others don't enjoy it? It used to be there, but how many car rentals had the opportunity to enjoy tax exemption? Look at the business. It's capital intensive. One vehicle, Land Cruiser, can talk about $100,000. Not only that, then you talk about other services where you have to pay for insurance premium at a high rate. You have to have utility services issues attached. Then you have service personnel that you have to work with.
The association agreed to engage government to make their demands known to Parliament after it resumes.
Now, government says it has no intention of issuing a Eurobond this year, despite embarking on a series of engagements with investors outside the country. Government last week began a non-deal roadshow with investors, which has taken the team already to London and currently in the United States of America. The previous administration had always used this approach with investors as a strategy to issue Eurobonds. But speaking to journalists after an engagement with investors organized by the Whitaker Group in Washington, D.C., the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, said they rather want to use it to consolidate investor confidence in the economy.
We've made a strategic decision this year not to issue a Eurobond. So we don't want to issue a Eurobond. We want to bring down the debt. We want to manage it better. But what we want is investment. We want investment in the Ghanaian economy. So the roadshow is to reassure our investors and to encourage more investment in Ghana. So we've done in London, we've done a little bit in Washington, we'll do in New York, we'll do in Boston. But this is just to, let our people, investors in Ghana, know that Ghana is open for business and we are ready to welcome them. And we have the policies that will make sure that their investments are safe in Ghana. So that is the purpose of this particular non-deal roadshow. The reprofiling is part of a broader strategy to bring down the burden of the debt. As the minister says, the interest payments on the debt alone is $2.4 billion, and that is too high. So the strategy of reprofiling is just replacing shorter-term debt with longer-term debt and more expensive debt with less expensive debt. And this is what we started doing a couple of weeks ago, and it is proven very successful, and we hope to continue doing that. But ultimately, to be able to bring down your debt burden, there are two things you need to do. You need to grow your economy. When you grow the economy, it expands, your revenues grow, your GDP grows, and of course, your debt to GDP ratios will fall. So the burden of the debt will also fall. Strategically, you also have to bring fiscal discipline to bear. If you bring fiscal discipline to bear and manage your expenditures relative to your revenues, it means you're going to borrow less. And when you borrow less, the debt increases less. So you've got to have a combination of strategies where you're increasing your revenues, controlling your expenditures, bringing down your deficits, you're growing your economy, you're managing your exchange rate so that there is stability in it so that it doesn't add to the debt and so on. So these are all strategies that we are employing to bring down the debt.
Now, it is a display of financial intelligence and lots more. It is the Royal Banking and Finance Challenge 2017, which airs on the Joy News channel from this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. It is an inter-university competition involving 16 top institutions in Ghana with the ultimate aim of improving the level of financial literacy among Ghanaians, starting with tertiary students. Royal Bank is the main sponsor of the event, and Chief Executive Officer of the bank, Osei Safweji, has been speaking with Joy Business.
I think it's all about knowledge and experience sharing, as it is generally agreed. The dichotomy between industry and the universities is very sharp, and it's not helping. Because at the end of the day, the students will come out and join the industry. So they must appreciate and experience what obtains in the various industries. And that is why we think this is very important. It will bring them closer to the real banking experience that they should expect when they come out and join the industry. Those that will acquit themselves very well, at least we will give them some internship. And after that, if we find them to be suitable materials, we will continue to engage them fully.
And that's in business tonight. Many thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.